China is losing relevance in the USA's import market. Recent data reveals a distinct decline in China's contribution to the US import market. Chinese goods now stand at 14.6% of the total US imports, the lowest ratio since 2006. This is a decline from their high, recorded not so long ago, of 21.8% in 2018. Several reasons contribute to this decline, and as always, some reasons contribute more than others. Perhaps the most impactful reason is the escalating trade was between the USA and China. But other reasons include the rising cost of Chinese goods as a result of more expensive labor, which in turn has made some goods less appealing to American consumers, but also the pandemic-induced lockdowns were another major disruption to global supply chains, creating hurdles in the logistics of goods imports from China. This factor has been a particularly China-specific reason due to the additional lockdowns in China that did not take place elsewhere in the world. Beyond the lockdowns, though, as mentioned before, China's wages have been rising. Generally speaking, this has been a great outcome of a growing economy, but it in turn has meant that changes to China's export-orientated economy will take place. As China has become less competitive in some markets, which leads to a trade surplus with the USA, at the same time it has been becoming more competitive in others. Just think about how much progress has been made in Chinese companies going international in the last 10 years. But despite this mix of changing dynamics, at least in the US's import mix, China is becoming less important. And as China's share of US imports decreases, other nations with emerging economies like Vietnam, Mexico, and Bangladesh are stepping up. They offer a mix of competitive prices and friendshoring and are outcompeting China. It's a dynamic landscape and it's worth keeping an eye on. Clearly, the dragon's noticeable presence in the US seems to be fading. But let's discover a little more about those who benefit. Now, as China's presence in US market eases, other nations are making their impact felt. Mexico and Vietnam in particularly are stepping up, improving their stake in the US imports. Mexico's manufacturing has taken a bold leap, largely due to its geographical proximity to the US. Its location, a short distance from the US, offers a practical alternative to China. The quick shipping times and reduced transport costs make Mexico a compelling choice for US businesses seeking cost-effective manufacturing solutions. This geographical edge and Mexico's increasing industrial capabilities have been crucial in bolstering its manufacturing sector. And it doesn't just stop there for Mexico. You see, despite their differences, the US and Mexico are ultimately very intertwined. With many cultural, social, and economic connections, Mexico therefore also benefits from the US trying to nearshoring businesses, a key unfair advantage that Mexico has. As for Vietnam, known for producing a broad spectrum of goods such as clothing, shoes, electronics, and home appliances, it is establishing a growing presence in the global manufacturing supply chains. Its diverse skills and proficient workforce position Vietnam as a promising manufacturing hub for businesses seeking a shift from China. The country's prowess in these sectors is setting Vietnam on the path to becoming a key player in global manufacturing. But despite these evolvements, Chinese manufacturers are not standing idle. They are adapting swiftly, demonstrating their resilience and long-term vision. Some have even relocated their operations to Mexico, a strategic move to better cater to their US clients. This transition allows them to retain their customer base. So, all things considered, the landscape of the USA's import market is changing, with Mexico and Vietnam emerging as strong contenders to grow their market share. Yet it remains to be seen if this is a long-term change or a temporary fluctuation. Regardless, it's clear that the global manufacturing sector is less of a one-player game. The rise of Mexico, Vietnam, and others signifies a different future of big manufacturing players. Now, what does this shift in the USA's import market mean for the future? Firstly, this change could have a profound impact on the global economy. As Mexico and Vietnam increase their shares in the USA's import market, they may also raise their economic statuses on the world stage. This could lead to a redistribution of economic power, with these emerging economies gaining more influence in global affairs. Secondly, the USA's trade policies could be affected. As the USA diversifies its import base, it may need to negotiate new trade agreements with Mexico and Vietnam. These agreements could shape the future of the USA's trade relations, potentially leading to a new era of economic cooperation. Lastly, we might see a reaction from China. Faced with the loss of its dominant position in the USA's import market, China might adopt new strategies to maintain its economic influence. This could range from enhancing its manufacturing capabilities to forging stronger ties with other nations. While the future is uncertain, one thing is clear. The landscape of the USA's import market is undergoing a significant shift. This change, driven by a trade war and geopolitics, could reshape the world as we know it, creating a new global order that is more diverse and dynamic. Now, it's your turn. Who do you think is the big winner from this geopolitical dynamic? Does the changing US import base have more to do with globalization or strategic geopolitical interference? Let me know your opinion down in the comment section below. Also, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and comment a pineapple emoji. Otherwise, take care. Bye.